So let's take a look how to create those translation files that you need to get multilingual metadata. If we look at our data structure in here, first thing you need is a configuration file. You can create that configuration file with an interface or upload it. At the end, it doesn't contain too much of information. It's only a text file that contains a list of all the languages you're looking forward to support. So I'm going to do French, Spanish, and German. So keep the language file. Of course, you can always add languages in here, but we're going to stick with those. For the language codes, look up the manual. You're going to find the list of the supported languages in there. So next step is we need our synonym. So if we look at the data, we've got our Brainshark multifact that we created earlier. So let's open it up. Look into the element. We've got our structure in here. We've got the elements, we've got our dimensions, all our information. So currently we don't have a business view in here. So let's quickly create a business view. So we've got our business view. It doesn't matter really how good it is currently, we just need those files. See, we've got the translation already in that file. So the base language is already stored in here, which is important because those base language information strings are going to use for the translation. So make sure to save it. So we're going to save that language file. So we're going to close it, actually close all the files we have open in here. So there's my Brainshark multifact. So whenever I want to create those translation files, we're going to go to metadata management, and there you're going to be able to prepare the translation files. You have to tell the system where you're going to put those translation files as well as a prefix. So that prefix is going to be, let's take BSK for Brainshark _. And in here, it wants to know what language files we're going to create, and that comes from my configuration file. So we take my language CFG, select OK. That's the configuration. It's going to create translation files within retail samples folder for those 3 languages. So we just have to hit OK. And that is what happened. So we get processed through all those files. It's going to be done. And then if we look into the lists, we can, of course, refresh my list. You're going to see in here, we've got our language files. BSK, Spanish, German, French, and English. That's the base translation file. So that's the starting point. So if we open it, that file, don't change it because it's a base translation file. Of course, you can use any other language than English as your base file. And you're going to see all the translations in here. So if you look at 63 customer, if you want to change the German translation for customer, remember the 63, open up the German one, go to 63 and change it to Kunde, which is the German translation for customer. Save it, and that's how you do the translation. Of course, we have many customers that I worked with that created some logic or some tools or some automated processes to do and create those translations. So you don't have to create them manually or translate them manually. That's something you can always do, but that's the process of doing the translation into multiple languages.